Centralized finance is a term used to refer to the concept of having a centralized authority manage the funds in an ecosystem. In layman's terms, it is a financial system that takes authority and control of your finances if you choose to do business with them, like, for instance, your local bank. Centralized finance is in many cases seen as a link between conventional money and current monetary innovations, like cryptocurrencies. Clients' assets are commonly constrained and restricted by a unified governing body in centralized finance enterprises. Do keep in mind, there are various definitions and understandings that speak to what centralized finance really is. In centralized finance, money is held by banks and third parties who facilitate money movement between enterprises, with each charging fees for using their services. For example, a basic credit card charge starts from the merchant and moves to an acquiring bank, which forwards the card details to the credit card network. Most people don't understand that in centralized finance, these centralized systems control everything. Users and/or consumers of these banking products lose the opportunity to have autonomy over their funds. If an institution does not like your beliefs, gender, political affiliation, sexual identity, or lack thereof, they can close off access to your funds or even confiscate your funds if they feel they have legal backing. If they have no legal backing, there is a possibility that they can create justification due to their own pre-established, unpublished internal policies and guidelines. When people utilize centralized finance, these users always endure high transaction fees due to third-party compliance. Imagine yourself as a pie evenly sliced. When dealing with centralized financial institutions, they are going to take the parts of you being the pie that they desire or feel that have rights to. And then their affiliates or business partners will also come and get what they desire. Most of the time, customers of centralized banking institutions are left with nothing, becoming an empty pie pan. When dealing with centralized finance, there is always going to be a lack of transparency. Kind of like the Wizard of Oz, ignore that man behind the curtain. Users of centralized finance also run a high risk of their privacy being compromised. And these centralized financial institutions will share or sell your personal information without your permission or knowledge. This intrusion of what we considered private can go as deep as your children's and/or family members' medical issues, to include your intimate habits or desires if it can be traced monetarily. Within centralized financial institutions, privacy and respect are rarely given if you are the user of their product. This is because they feel that you, your loved ones, and your finances are their property as soon as you agreed to do business with them. All this information came to mind when reading a Reddit posting about Bank of America. In the past, we all have heard, read, or lived horrible examples of how Bank of America has abused their customers. Most of the common customer complaints when dealing with Bank of America surrounded around racist practices and excessive hidden fees. Like numerous other customers, a lady in Orlando, Florida, complained to the Consumers Affairs about how over $1,300 was stolen from her account by Bank of America. She claimed
that after being a dedicated and loyal customer of Bank of America for 26 years, they turned around and stole $1,386 from my account in September of 2022. When I confronted Bank of America about this unauthorized debit of my funds, a teller stated that their financial organization had the right to do so, and this was outlined in the agreed-upon contract when I opened my account.
After reading her complaint, this could be another example of that good old fine print trick. I suggest that she get her magnifying glass out and reread what she signed. This individual also believed that there was incorrect information given and acted upon when in April of 2020, their account was inadvertently closed. Not sure why they wanted to be a glutton for punishment and reopen another account with Bank of America, but they did so, and Bank of America gave them a new account. This person attributes financial issues due to the global pandemic, which restricted their available options. Yet without warning, 2 years later, and without having any historical financial issues or concerns, Bank of America turned around and took $1,386 without any notification. Like many, this person believes Bank of America is a criminal enterprise that needs to be closed down for good. Fast forward to 9 October of 2022, another possible victim of centralized finance polls for confirmation and comfort through Reddit. The title of their posting was, "Cancel a credit card and your bank gives your new credit card number to companies without your approval." This individual asks the Reddit community if this has ever happened to them. They wrote,
Apparently, Bank of America has undisclosed agreements with other companies, and they will give your credit card information and purchase habits to certain companies without you approving it.
The individual who provided this post believes that Bank of America is limited to such an action only if other companies had your credit card info prior to a certain point of doing business with them, but a reference date or a number of transactions required for them to sell your information was not provided. This individual continued on to say,
"This seems incredibly unethical to me, and I'm wondering if anybody else has run into this. My family and I are currently shopping for a new bank, and would be willing to join any groundswell pushback movement against this practice. It's almost like they forgot who the customer is."
Now this is where I believe the misconception or misunderstanding lies. People believe that in modern times, customers have rights, and these customers are entitled to previous common practices. They expect when doing business, each party is to exhibit respectful and courteous behaviors. Today, the word customer is only slang for indentured servant in the eyes of a lot of financial institutions. They believe you are their property, and they will treat and/or interact with you however they deem fit. Here at Keyword Financial, we love cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are mostly and was originally created for decentralized finance. This is also why people like Jerome Powell over at the Federal Reserve hate financial assets like cryptocurrency. Because if they cannot control your finances, then they have a hard time controlling you. If they cannot control you, then they are forced to find alternate means of leverage to ensure you comply with their delegations. Remember, no one volunteers to be the little guy or joyfully reaches for the short end of the stick. The information provided was a baseline of centralized finance, coupled with complaints filed online. Please note, not every centralized institution is bad. Small banks and local credit unions are often a better financial option, considering that these institutions pride themselves on personal relationships, and most of their customers are hardworking individuals that interact with these types of institutions on a daily basis. One advantage to utilizing these types of centralized financial institutions is customer support. When unexpected issues arise, most people do not have the ability to handle their financial concerns in a timely manner. With established personable relationships, paired with centralized financial transaction speeds, possible monetary concerns could be solved within a matter of minutes. At Keyword Financial, we believe in financial freedom, where our motto is, make money work for you, and never work for money. Stay tuned for educational tidbits, upcoming investment opportunities, and financial parodies.